Hello, 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 my beloved souls. Welcome to Soul Sex. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who know me, welcome back. For those of you who never met before, welcome, welcome, welcome. We do sex and spirit over here. So, the energy has been getting kind of feisty, and I was trying to figure out like what was happening. Looking at the astrology, just trying to figure out like where's all this energy of like passion and creativity and sensuality coming from. And then I noticed we have Jupiter and Taurus. So I'm like, all right, financially, that's a good look, right? Because Jupiter is like the planet of abundance, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, which controls love, money, and like our house, like aesthetics, just like feeling good, like the luxurious things into our life. So there's a lot of luck coming into those areas, right? As far as money and like your home and intimate relationships is concerned. So I was like, all right, cool, bet, like feeling super energized. I'm looking at couples coming together. I'm seeing really heightened sensual energy, but sensual energy, not this like sexual pounding energy, right? So it's more of this magnetism for intimacy, this magnetism for, again, with that Taurian energy, just luxurious, like things that feel good, like this blanket, right? Like this blanket just feels good to the skin. And so I feel what I've been feeling is like you're just going to be drawn to, and the collective is being drawn to things that feel really good, externally and internally, right? So this is a time where we're cleaning up our inner house, right? So that our outer house is looking good. And you're going to start organizing. So I just feel this energy of people just like getting a little bit more organized. It's almost like another spring cleaning energy, but this time instead of just cleaning again our external homes, we're doing a lot of the inner work and a lot of the cobwebs that are being wiped away, a lot of the dust that's being taken away are the things that have been kind of blocking us from really embracing the deliciousness of who we are as people, right? Like we tend to hold ourselves back in relationships. We tend to hold ourselves back in communication. We tend to hold ourselves back in kind of like expressing our truth because we want to make sure everybody's feeling good. We don't want to cause too many waves. We don't want to upset people. And so we have like um Mars and Gemini right now, right? And Gemini is all about communication, right? And like that kind of energy. So this is a time where expressing how you feel and your desires and the things that you want is going to be really highly supported, right? And it's because it's coming from your truth, right? So your soul is speaking through you like, no, this is the language of love that we understand, or this is the language of money that we understand, or this is the language of feeling good that we understand. And so you're going to start cleaning up and fixing and really magnetizing towards you the things that make you just feel really good, whether that's on your skin or in your heart or when you're looking around your home or your office or wherever it is that you spend the most of your time, right? You're just going to want to like feel really good. And also, this is a great time for crystal clear communication, right? Like really speaking to the desires and the angst that's within your system and within your heart at this time. So, big supportive energies. Um, for those of you that are single, right? Like, do not be surprised that people are just start like rolling up on you, right? Like, I feel like this is a time where, aesthetically speaking, you may be a little bit more focused on like what's going on, how you're looking, how you're showing up in the world, right? Because we have, what do we have? We have like two different planets in Leo right now. I feel like the Mars and Leo energy is the big one because that's kind of like the showstopper, right? And so Leo's the red carpet time, right? They're on the red carpet, they're looking their best, they're doing their best, they always show up, right? They're always like on point. You see a fucking Leo, you're like, why is this bitch in a ball gown at a fucking McDonald's? You know what I mean? Like that's how they roll. I love my Leos. So you're being supported and guided to kind of like show up at your best, or at least do the things that make you feel good externally, so internally you're feeling good, and also so you're magnetizing that energy to you. So again, if you're single and you've just kind of been like living your best life and like taking care of yourself, and like you maybe your focus isn't even on like love or sex or romance or intimacy right now, right? Like maybe your focus is on like having the best relationship with yourself. 444 I just saw. And because you're so feeling yourself, because you're so magnetic within your own energy, because you're realizing you're the divine feminine, the divine masculine, now you are drawing to you, to this light, everything, right? And we know when we shine bright, we don't just get the butterflies, we also get the mosquitoes, right? But everything is gonna kind of be drawn your way, right? So just be very discerning in that energy, and that's where crystal clear, beautiful Gemini energy comes through, right? With that communication, like, hey, let me be clear about what it is that I want. Let me be clear about what my boundaries are. Like, let me set some ground rules. So, yeah, you may have all these people coming towards you, but it doesn't mean that everybody gets access to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember your worth. You're the divine feminine, you're the divine masculine. Think about yourself like, I love my guys. Because they're like, they just showed me like a VIP lounge in the club. So, like, picture yourself up in VIP, right? You got like hundreds of people down there, living their best life, turned up, right? But you over here in VIP with your little tribe, right? Your circle is small, it's a small area. Y'all got bottle service, you know what I'm saying? You got a cocktail server. You're doing your thing, you getting all that bread, but not everybody can come near you, right? But all eyes are on you at this time, right? Because when you're in VIP, right, you're above the room. Everybody can see you. There's not a lot there. You might be right near the DJ, right? But not everybody has access, right? That's why we got bouncers. Call them your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. I love this for you. That's so funny that that's how they showed it to me. Anyway, I don't have all my decks here because I'm in a hotel. If you can't tell, or my yummy blanket and the decorations behind me. I'm not in my space, but the sensual energy just kept coming up so strong. Just the attraction, the magnetism, feeling good within yourself. You know what I mean? Like, this is a time where not only do you want to be discerning in everyone that's coming at you and in your communication, but we don't want to give access to everybody, and I'm not going to sit here and preach and be like, oh, you can't be promiscuous and you shouldn't have multiple partners and da da da. But I used to do fucking porn. I used to do porn. Fucked a lot of people for money, and it was great. It was amazing. I love it. So fun. Right? It was so fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. Was it all fun and games? No, like, it is actually work at the end of the day. People don't realize what goes into making a porn movie. But, like, you need to be discerning with your energies. I know that I'm super energetically sensitive. Even when I stay in places like hotels, I have to be mindful of it, right? Like, I'm like banging out the bed and just like trying to move the energies. I'm covering paintings and TVs and stuff at night. So, like, there's just a lot that goes on with me energetically, right? So I'm mindful of the fact that I'm super sensitive energetically, and I'm mindful of the fact that if I fuck somebody and maybe they're not high vibrational or whatever they're going through, guess what? I'm gonna have to clean up that energy within myself before I can move forward. And so to me, it's just not worth it anymore. It's a fucking headache. Like, one night of pleasure isn't worth the next 6 months of me having to do freaking yoni steams and meditations and recalibrating my energies because I picked up somebody's sketchy ass energy and I forgot to clear myself. You know what I mean? You should always clear yourself, right? We do things to protect ourselves. But anyway, so just be very discerning in the energies that are coming at you. Again, I'm not sitting here telling you do what you want to do. You're grown. You know what I mean? You're watching my channel, you have to be grown because it's only 18 and over. But be mindful, right? Not everything that looks good is a good look. And I've told y'all that before, probably too many times. Just because a person looks good doesn't mean they're a good look. There are a lot of messy ass people in this world that do the most. You know what I mean? And if you're in a relationship where you're loyal to someone, but they're for the streets, guess what? You got to be mindful of the energies that they're bringing to you. And they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Every man, every woman that your partner is connecting with is then also connecting their energies with you. Another reason why I'm so mindful of my energy, because I don't want to be dealing with an okie who's out here doing the most, and then I gotta worry about cleansing that energetic field and then cleansing all of their mess, and plus worrying about, no, that's too much. A shower can't fix all that. You know what I'm saying? A hot bath can't fix all that. I'm gonna need deep inner work. Inner. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not worth it to me. But if you are out here doing the damn thing, be mindful of who you're hooking up with. Be mindful. If somebody you know is always depressed and sad and woe is me and miserable and can't handle their liquor, or they have addiction problems, understand that that energy is getting itself attached to you, right? And so I'm not saying that that's going to be your permanent vibration, but it's going to take you a minute. Like, if you're going to go out there and get your nut on, it should leave you feeling fulfilled, not depleted. You know what I mean? Yes, your balls might be empty, but your soul shouldn't be. Your energetic field shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to feel like a miserable piece of crap the next day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who that was for, but evidently somebody needed to get that quick little sex lecture. So yeah, it that pussy might be bomb, that Z might be the best you ever had, but it doesn't mean that they are a good look, and it doesn't mean that they're the person for you. Trust and believe. Sometimes when we just wait and we fall back and we chill, we come into the right thing. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. Okay, like I said, I used to do porn. I took a break because I wanted to take a break. Like I knew at a certain age that I was gonna stop doing movies because I was just like, all right, if it doesn't kick off by this time, then it's quiet for me. You know what I mean? And it wasn't at the level of success that I wanted it to be. So I was like, all right, moving on with my life. You know, do something else. It was never meant to be like a full-time job anyway. Um, but I had to do a lot of cleaning up and I cleansed my energy, and not because I'm feeling guilty or whatever, but that was something that I wanted to do for me. You know what I mean? Like sex is something I'm really good at. So when people are coming at me and they're offering me sex, I'm not easily impressed. I'm not easily impressed by your offer of you think you're going to be king dingling in my life because I promise you, baby, I've had some of the best in the world and you're not it. You know what I'm saying? But there's other aspects of us that could connect that'll make it so much deeper. And it may not have anything to do with your size. Maybe it's you as a human being. 11:11, I just saw on the clock. So I'm saying all that to say this. This is a time where you're going to be magnetic, where people are going to be drawn to you, or maybe you're going to be getting more offers than you've had before. Maybe your partner is going to start looking at you in a different way and is like, oh, you looking extra tasty and delicious during this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, run with it. You know, and it's not only you that's going through this, your partner or the people that you're dealing with are going through it as well. So don't be afraid to be magnetic, right? Especially here in like the Northern Hemisphere where moving towards the summer solstice. People are coming outside. The energy is getting vibrant. We're gonna head into Leo season soon. You know how the Leos go. Again, we're all about this like putting on the show, magnetic, attracted to you, right? So you really just want to be mindful and discerning of who you're letting in to your VIP lounge. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know why they had to go so hard with that, but y'all needed to hear that. So anyway, thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me in the collective right now. What do we need to know? What do we need to see during this transit while people are just getting their life together and trying to figure out how they can be the most dynamic sexual beings of their lifetime? What do we need to know? What do we need to see? So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. That was a quick message. Somebody. Damn, y'all. Oh, the collective. Y'all be doing too much. You be doing too much. You be doing too much. Doing the fucking most. Wow. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to tell you this. This Knight of Pentacles energy, the slow moving energy that's coming in, that is this. Hold on, let me look at the astrology because I just had all this pulled up for you. But this Knight of Pentacles energy is a slow, solid offer, right? Like this is the energy of somebody who's coming in, who's grounded, who's stable, who is on point, who might take a minute to get to you, but when they come to you, they're gonna come to correct. You know what I mean? You know that like this is an earth energy, so it's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but this is the energy of like come on, come on. Like you want them to like come on, right? But it's like this person's coming to like, wait, let me give it to you. But when they come and they come correct, they're not coming with breadcrumbs, right? They're not coming and like trying to play games. This person is coming with like, I want you to be my man. I want you to be my girl. I'm trying to make you a wife. I'm trying to make you a husband. Let's live together, right? That's this energy that's coming in as well, right? So you have that on the board. So for again, for some of you that are together in relationships, you're going to be up leveling, right? And it might take a minute, right? This is kind of like the energy of like we lived together for 5 years or 10 years and now we're finally getting married, right? It's like that kind of energy. But we wanted to make sure. And when we came, we wanted to come correct. So that's beautiful energy coming in for you, especially for those of you that are already together. Just shows that like your situation is so solid. You're gonna be moving on to the next level. And for those of you that are single and kind of feel like it's been taking forever, or maybe you've been dating someone and you feel like it's not going anywhere. It's like it's not that they're not serious. They just move a little bit quietly, and sometimes the their good meaning intentions can be a little hidden because maybe the person is just not, they don't know how to necessarily communicate it like that, like their feelings in their heart, right? So during this transit, while we have Mercury in Gemini, not Mars, Mercury in Gemini, that's going to help amplify communication and make and bring a lot of clarity in, right? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are getting engaged or again, getting into committed relationships, moving in together during this time. I wouldn't be surprised. Queen of Cups, beautiful heart. This is an emotionally mature feminine energy. It doesn't mean that you're female. It means an emotionally mature feminine energy. Someone who's sensitive and nurturing, loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep psychic insights, caring for others but forgetting to care about yourself. So while you're out here being magnetic and delicious and dynamic god or goddess that you choose to incarnate at this time, don't forget about you. I know sometimes you got a boo thing, a slide thing, a situationship going on, and it feels so good. But again, at the end of the day, if when you're in this situationship, you leave yourself feeling shortened, depleted, or played, it's not worth it. So it doesn't help if you're showing up at full capacity with this full cup of love if the person that you're dealing with has an empty cup and you're only drilling holes in the bottom of yours. It's not a good look. You need to have someone that's going to fill your cup up as much as you're filling theirs up. And I saw the Two of Cups actually while I was shuffling, but that's two people with their cups, right? It's not like I'm coming empty and you're coming full. No, that's both of us coming together and pouring into one another. And so we can sip out of each other's cups because we both know that we both came with all our fullness, right? That's that twin flame energy, the divine, the healed divine masculine, the healed divine feminine coming together, right? It's not, I don't need you to fill my cup up. My cup gets filled from the divine. You know what I mean? You get my overflow. That's this energy. And this beautiful queen, it's the queen of overflow. Look, she's nothing by nothing but water, right? That's all flowing from her. So she's never gonna be depleted. Standing in your energy. So for some of you, you're gonna be meeting an emotionally mature woman. Um, I was gonna say feminine energy, but it feels like an emotionally mature woman. Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio could be her sign, but there's like an emotionally mature. Again, I was gonna say feminine, but it's a female energy. It's a woman. I'm feeling really strong, just like mature women vibes from this. So whether that's like in a mother energy, an aunt, an older female, godmother, something like that, or just maybe the woman that you're gonna be in a relationship with she's done it. She's emotionally mature. Like she knows herself. She's confident within herself. She trusts herself. She's very intuitive. All right. That kind of vibe is coming through. One second, guys. I have kids, so I'll always be stopping and shit. All right. Awakening. Oh, this is the hangman in traditional tarot. So a temporary pause for reflection and insight. This is stepping back and being discerning. This is hold up. We need security at the gates. Put up some stanchions. Not everybody can come in here. Right? This is stop. Let me take a look at things and let me reevaluate. Is this really what I want? Sometimes we got to be turned a little upside down to just look at things from a different perspective and see, is this really what I want? Right? You so on the go, 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 on the go that we forget to just stop and breathe sometimes, right? And as the summer months are coming in, especially here in the northern hemisphere, and the energy is ramping up as we're getting close to the Lions Gate on the 8-8 portal, this energy, you're gonna need to stop and reflect and take a minute a few times, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's like when we're walking up a mountaintop and you're heading up, you're heading up, you're heading up. You're not gonna make it in one straight swoop. There are gonna be times we stop and we set at a plateau, you take a snack break, a water break, use the bathroom, do whatever you gotta do before you continue up your journey. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's stopping and taking a minute, all right, looking where you're at. Cool. I'm not where I was, but I'm way much further than where I started. And at least I'm almost there, or at least I'm getting there. Right? It's that type of energy. So again, for those of you that are dating someone or, are already together, it's like I feel like things have been moving a little bit slowly, right, for you guys, but understand it's like just stop and look at where you're at. Right? What have we grown through? What have we learned? How long have we been dealing with this? What is the process? Where are we at today? Is this something that I still want to do? Right? Do I want to keep going, or maybe I have to change my mind? Because you could reach like a plateau up in the mountain and then look up and go, you know what? I don't want to keep going. Like, that's not my goal anymore. Like, I thought I did. I thought that'd be a great place to go chill, but actually, I'm really liking where I'm at. And there's nothing wrong with that. And spiritual truth, there's no wrong answers, right? As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're fine. And maybe that might be where you pitch your tent, or maybe you're going to keep going. Things might be moving a little slowly, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to progress. Okay. And for those of you that have been single for a minute, again, stop, reflect. Like, do I really want to be in a relationship, or am I just lonely? Right? Like, am I looking for companionship and intimacy, or am I just looking for fun for the night? Right? Just be very discerning in your energies. And if that is what you want, okay, stop and think, why is this what I want? Again, some of you might not be focused on relationships at all, right? You may just be trying to get out there and just get your groove on and then just get back to your business. And at the end of the day, there might be somebody swooping in that kind of wants a little bit more from you than that, right? So if you're dating and you're dating without the intention of really settling down, be clear about that in the beginning. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're clear in your communication. I have a lot of female clients, and I'm gonna say female because my male clients don't really give me these issues. But female clients, so I tell them like men are very clear as to how they feel and where they stand with things, right? Men are very direct. They're just like, hey, I'm not in the mood for a relationship. I just want to have fun. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you start dating him, and he's freaking romantic and dynamic and, the greatest lover and so considerate, ask about your family. Like, he does all the things you wanted in the perfect man. But at the very beginning, he already told you, I'm not looking for a relationship. So now here you are 6 months later, caught up in your feelings, done fell in love with somebody, and he's over here chilling, living his best life and being a little thought for the streets, right? And you're heartbroken, but it's like he already told you he didn't want a relationship, that he just wanted to have fun. But you took his actions, right? And created a whole new storyline when he was very clear in the beginning about what he had to say, right? And so I keep harping on this with this communication energy because like pay attention, guys. You know what I mean? Like I'm very mindful of my words and how I speak to people because I don't like there to be any misunderstandings, right? I don't want there to be any miscommunications. So I'm very clear when I speak to people. So when I come back later and I'm like, yeah, but I told you, ba 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 ba, you don't get to look at me all dazed and confused. I said A, B, C, and D. You over here doing one, two, three, and four. That's on you. And so now I gotta act accordingly, but don't act like you didn't know about A, B, C, and D because I was very clear in talking to you about it and probably texting you about it, and you probably would have got an email 2222 or just anyway. So be mindful about how you're communicating. Be mindful of be be patient during this time as well. That's another energy that we're getting with that hangman. It's like pause, reflect, be patient with yourself, be patient with the process, right? Like if you happen to have wedding fever, right, or a baby fever at this time, right? Why? Is it because that's what everyone around you is doing, or is that what you really want? Again, we need to come to a space where this is from my emotionally mature heart that I'm making these decisions, not the egoic mind who came up here, who's filled with fear and condemnation and worry and jealousy and resentment. And I'm comparing myself to a whole bunch of people who don't matter. I'm comparing myself to a whole bunch of lives that look good on the gram, but aren't actually good. You know what I mean? This ego card is the Tower card, right? The illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation. Addictions or unhealthy habits. I feel like there's a lot of you that just are shortchanging yourself. You know what I mean? For a quick romp in the bed. And I'm not here to judge you. I will say that 1,000 times. Whenever these things come up, it's never from a space of judgment. I'm bringing your awareness to it. Like if you're out there getting your groove on, I feel you do the damn thing. But think about how you're feeling about yourself the next morning or how you're feeling about these situations when you're thinking them back. If you're good, then you're good. But if you're not good, you need to take a step back and reflect and reevaluate. Right? Addictions, and people always think addictions and like, oh, something big has to be like heroin or crack. No, you can be addicted to work, to money, to games, to sex, to gaslighting people, to being messy. Like we all have different things that everybody got a different vice. You know what I mean? Like one of my boys is a big ass gambler. Like that's just what he does. You know what I'm saying? And it's costing him a lot. First his job and potentially his marriage. You know what I mean? So these are the things. And if you're again intimate with people, maybe it's not you. Maybe you're being intimate with someone who has these unhealthy habits. They are going to affect you whether you realize it or not. All right. I dated someone for like 10 years on and off. And for a large part of that time we were together and lived together and everything, but he was a fucking alcoholic. And then he would go on these drinking binges, and it would go from alcohol to like cocaine, from cocaine to cheating, and then it was like a shit show, right? A cyclical shit show. And so, although this wasn't my behavior, it became mine because I was in this intimate relationship, right? So now, if you're poisoning yourself and dumping poison into your body every fucking day, and now you're being intimate with someone, guess what? They get that intimate, they get all that poisons in their bodies too, right? So it's like you're killing yourself in this situation. You're watching somebody else hurt themselves, when in them hurting themselves are harming you. It's like secondhand smoke. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I'm not a smoker, but all of a sudden I have fucking COPD. Why? Because I worked in a bar with people that smoked all the time, right? Not judging. I was a fucking smoker. I smoked weed. I worked in bars. It's just, you know, so you have a mental image. So, deception. Toxic Tom and Petty Patty. Leave those motherfuckers alone. This Five of Swords, this is deception. This is lies. This is somebody who's messy. This is someone who thinks it's funny to get over on you or to use you or to get whatever they want from you. And to, this is the person who asks you for $1 when they got 100 in their wallet just because they'd rather spend your money than you, than rather spend your money than theirs, right? This is the person who goes, "Oh, baby, you know I love you," and then is texting your best friend. This is the person who gambling, right? And other with the addiction problems, whose addictions are going to be your problem. So all of a sudden they have an addiction, they have a gambling addiction, they can't cover the bill. All right, you pay it 1 month, but now it's continuous and now it's habitual, right? And so we got to clean that up again, guys. And I'm saying all this because you're so dynamic in your energy right now, and you're drawing to you so many things. You got to be careful of who you're allowing into that space. Again, don't allow your beautiful big heart to make you be a fool, right? Don't allow all the love that you have in your heart to have you out here being a sucker, right? I'll tell you that right now. Look, beautiful. This I love. This Six of Pentacles energy, right? This is what we're putting out, we're getting back in. So for some of you, you've been so good for so long, right? And now you've been chilling, you've been single, minding your fucking business, right? Or maybe you just kind of been dating, but not, you're just testing the waters. You're not really out there right now. And now you're starting to see, oh, wow, because I've been doing the inner work, because I've been focusing on myself. Maybe I took a little break from dating so that I could focus on healing. Now I'm starting to see things, right? Now that I'm loving myself and I'm feeling worthy and I know that I have value, now it's all coming back to me. So now maybe I'm going to meet partners who aren't financially abusive or emotionally abusive or sexually abusive or physically abusive. Now I'm meeting someone who's generous, who's kind, who's loving, who's compassionate, who's patient, who communicates, who's honest, who's loyal, right? That's the energy that's coming in for you. But that happens when you start doing the inner work and you remember your value and your worth and you stop letting people try to play you. All right. And when did that happen? When you went in. You have to go within. You have to go within and do the work within. If you want your outer world to change, you have to change your inner world. How do you feel about yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you honor yourself? Do you respect yourself? Do you care about yourself? Are you okay with your own energies? Are you okay being by yourself? What? I know a lot of people that can't be single. They do not know how to be alone. They are not okay with not having anyone. They're not okay. And I'm talking about like no one that you're texting or flirting with, nothing. You're just good. You just, I'm good. That's not what I'm focused on. I want to focus on work. I want to focus on my health. Da 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 da. Know a lot of people that can't do that. But when you learn to love and value and appreciate your own company, when you learn to love and value yourself and you see the gift within you despite how it looks in the outside world, look at all the shit that gets coming into you. So we're going to leave the messiness behind. We're going to leave behind anyone who's not showing us loyalty. We're going to leave behind anything that's draining our cups and trying to make us feel less than. No, we are the treasure. We know our value. And we could easily walk away from all of that because we know that just because these little cups are empty doesn't mean that we don't have this available to us. What do I need this little fucking chest of cups for when I got a whole fucking ocean? Can't carry that shit. So I can walk away from this and I can leave this behind because of look at what I'm walking towards. And so what are you walking towards with these beautiful sexual sensual energies that are coming in, right? You guys are walking towards bottom of the deck, the Ace of Swords, a breakthrough and overcoming a challenge, taking your power back, standing in your strength, right? Brilliant ideas, overcoming obstacles, communicating clearly and concisely, remain objective, right? Sex is not love, guys, right? Sex is not love. It isn't. They're two different things. They're two different things. That's why there's two different words. It's just not the same thing. Love is an emotion. Love is God. Love is God. That love is what created this entire universe. Sex is a super enjoyable physical act that we can use to express that emotion sometimes, but they are not one in the same. And I want to make that very clear to everybody listening right now. Sex is not love, and love is not sex. Now, when you have sex with someone you're in love with, holy shit, it's a game changer, right? It's a game changer. When you ever have sex with somebody that you love and then things aren't working out, y'all not on the same page, you're not feeling them anymore, and then you go to try it again and you're like, you realize like this shit was small, it stink, it don't get up, um, it don't look right. Like you realize that everything about the sex is whack, but you tolerated it because you love this person, right? You tolerated it because y'all had history. We're at a stage, and that's big with this energy, where it's like, I'm not tolerating it. I'm here. I know my worth. I'm getting rid of anything that's not serving that because I want all of the things. I don't want just these little mini cups. No, give me the motherfucking ocean, right? I want to squirting everywhere, right? We just want to make a floods, fucking Niagara Falls, right? So you want all the things, all the things. So just make sure that you're aware of that. Like again, sex is not love. If you happen to have somebody that you have amazing sex with, that's awesome. That's awesome. Understand. Clearly communicate as to what this is and what y'all are doing. Don't have it just assuming like, oh, well, don't assume. Don't assume. What are we doing? Where are we at? How do you feel? What do you want? Because maybe I'm looking for a husband and you looking for a slide. Or maybe you're looking for a girlfriend and I just want tonight. Communicate clearly and then hold your ground and set some really clear boundaries and stand by them. Again, right now, this is the time where you are the VIP in the VIP lounge. The spotlight's on you. All eyes are on you and the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So make sure that your tribe don't got you out here looking a fool. We all know, listen, you can go on like TMZ and see any freaking entourage conversation where somebody's entourage got them in trouble and it's costing them a whole bunch of bread. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that in your life, metaphorically speaking. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I don't know why all of this came up today. I wasn't even intending on doing a reading, but evidently somebody needed a lecture about, listen, walking away from nonsense so that you can come into the fulfillment of who you are. I can't with these cards. Right? It's the Eight of Cups to the Ten of Cups. We leave behind the things that are no longer serving us. We're being loyal to ourselves. We're honoring ourselves. We're not taking a whole bunch of shit with us because we realize that we don't need it. And when we do that, when we trust in the universe, we walk away from the nonsense. We get to step into the fulfillment of who we are. Ten of Cups, right? Happily ever after, joy, love, companionship, um, a love of self, a love of the world, a love of the environment. Like this is like the happily ever after cup, right? This is when all the dots connect. And so it doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, you everybody wants marriage. No, that's not everybody's happily ever after, but loving yourself and having a life that you love and brings you joy, that is your gift, right? That's a part of this. And you get to have that plus intimacy, plus loving family relationships, plus harmony, plus joy, plus peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to be good, your family's good, your kids are good, your friends are good. Like, that's that energy that we're moving towards. And it takes the courage to walk away. It takes the courage to stop sometimes. Sometimes it takes you taking a time out. I went on a 2-year timeout after I was done, doing movies and living my best life out here, just being single, ready to mingle with the things that I like. And after that 2-year hiatus is when I met my baby father, right? And then we had kids. And And my baby father's a great man. He loves our children. I would definitely say that. Was he at the top of my list as far as love is concerned? No. Was he in my top 10? No. But again, out of love, there we go with the fucking sacrifices. Out of love, I was like, cool, all right, whatever. So when things started to fall apart, I was like, all right, cool, all right, whatever, because there's better out there for me. But it was not just about that. It takes way more than that. But anyway, I'm not gonna go there anymore. I love you guys. Sorry that this reading was kind of all over the place. It was just like this really passionate energy, and they're like, make sure they're using their powers the right way. So you got the sexy, passionate energy. Just don't be out there being messy because it takes way more to clean it up than it does to enjoy it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like that fucking half an hour of pleasure turns into like 30 days of nonsense, and you don't need that in your life. No one does. All right. She's not worth it. He's not worth it. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. I don't care what your friends say. They're not worth it. If it's messy and it leaves you depleted and questioning yourself and devaluing yourself or accepting things that you don't want to do or violating your own boundaries or making you feel used, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not like I'm saying it again, it's not worth it. Like you can all the way find someone else, masturbate, take some time for yourself. It's 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 not worth it. They're not worth it. Tell people all the time, I'd rather get a vibrator and a glass of wine than deal with these messy ass niggas out here. I'm telling you in 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like I can bring myself to orgasm. I don't need you here. What else can you do? Because if you're coming over here with your messy ass energy and think you're gonna be offering me some breadcrumbs, boo boo, kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, one, I'm not easily impressed, and two, I know my value. So you're not gonna come over here unless you come correct. You have to come correct. And you have to make me come first. But that's a whole nother conversation. Anyway, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. I'll see you guys soon. Later, my beloveds.